All right, so let's record this. Um, all right, so here we have the CD, and we want to make little marks, fine cuts along the CD to create traction. We want to cut one skewer into little pieces and then tape it in between the skewer and with more tape, possibly, and then stick it inside the CD and tighten it really good to where the skewer is connected with all these little pieces in between and with tape, and it's like it creates like a lock. Hopefully you can create some sort of lock there. Okay, and that's what we're looking for. Now this option here is we can create holes in the CD, but that's not necessary. It's an option, but it's not necessary. What else? Okay, so now from there, we're thinking of this is going to be the main design. It's going to be a skewer, right? It's going to be a 4-skewer design. The main body, it's going to be 4 skewers. One for the axle, 2 for the axle, 1 for each axle, and 1 for the crossbody, right? The crossbodies, how they're going to connect is through a little tube with tape X'd around it, right? As little as possible, right? To the horizontal, to the body skewers, right? Taped horizontal to the body skewers. And then we put the axle through here, as we see here, right? We put the axle. It's the reason we want these tubes to be very small, just enough to tape to the skewer in this fashion, is because the windup is going to be necessary along the skewer, the windup of the lever, right? And the rubber band, right? So it's going to have to wind up. So we're going to have space. It's not going to be like we have it now in our current model with my team. So we got to cut that down. Then, okay, so we have on each side. And again, we have to make sure this is enough space here for that wind up. The same on this side. However, the mouse trap goes on the side that the car is gonna go in direction. And it's usually on one side, and it's usually two mouse traps. 2 mouse traps can fit on the car. It should be the length of 2 mouse traps, sitting horizontal, the body length. 2 mouse traps, and it should be on one side, 1 mouse trap, and that lever should be somewhere in the middle, to where this lever, where it hits right here and it ties right there. Okay, and it's on one side going towards the direction. Okay. What else? Let's see. I'm thinking of, I don't know how to attach the body yet. The mouse trap to the skewers. It's either gonna use a popsicle sticks, or something like that, because right next to the propulsion to the mousetrap needs to go the carriage for the pennies. It has to be low to the ground and you want to see your notes on that, it has to be low to the ground and centered to the weight of the thing, okay, where the propulsion is at. So we want to make sure we put that carriage, and the carriage we can reinforce with flashcards around it, okay, and tape, just to carry our passengers. But it has to be low and centered, okay. But this precise design, I'm not too sure how we're gonna connect the popsicle sticks to the skewers to the body. I'm not too sure yet. This came out easy, but this one I'm not too sure. I'm having a hard time visualizing it right now, but it's possible. So we're gonna figure that out. We already know how long. Okay. Now the length, we're thinking of doing a short stick because a long stick gives us a longer length, but all we need is 25 feet. So we need a lot of mechanical advantage, not a short mechanical advantage. We need a lot of mechanical advantage, a lot of power. And it's only 15 feet, I think, and it's a small ramp. So that should be enough. A small mechanical advantage, which if you look at your video, it's the smallest mechanical advantage. It's like 1 over 200 or something like that. So it's not that big. You can measure that, figure it out. It's the length of the lever of the strap compared to the lever that you're putting, and that's the mechanical advantage. And you want it to be a short one, so it doesn't need to be that long. The car. These also don't need to be that long. Okay, so you want to take that into consideration. But they do need to be long enough so it can wind up. That's very important. And they do need to be wide enough to at least carry 2 mouse traps side by side. That's very important. And it needs to be high enough, low enough to carry the carriage and all of that stuff. Okay, so those are very important. And you want to see the precise height is going to be the height of the holes, right? So that's around the area. If you can put it a little lower, you want to probably play with the carriage and how you can arrange that there. Okay. Maybe you don't even need popsicle sticks. Maybe you just need tape with index cards to hold it. Whatever. You just think out the box. Maybe you just need tape for the pennies. You know, as seat belts, whatever, you can think out the box. Okay. What else? Again, the mousetrap is on the side of the direction. Okay, it's gonna sit this way, and then when it releases, it's gonna go this way, end up on this side. And these wheels are going to turn like this. And so that's why the mousetrap on this is going to go this way. Okay. In this connections, anytime there's a connection piece, right, where you're connecting 2 parts, it has to be a good connection. So this is a connection piece, right? This is a connection piece. This acts as a connection piece. You know, this tube acts as a connection piece to the axle. That's pretty cool. But so that has to be very strong. The connection piece in here has to be very strong, right? And then the connection piece that you're going to do, and you want it to be minimal and simple in your designs. So, but the connection piece that you're going to connect the however you connect the carriage to carry the pennies and the mousetrap, it has to be a good contact, a good connecting piece. Okay, so that's why I'm not too sure how we're gonna do it there. And that's basically all the connections. It's just 1 connection, 2 connection, and 3 connection, possibly 4, but 3 connections. So you just try to figure out, keep it simple, try to figure out how to strengthen those connections, how to make them stronger, keep it short, not that long, uh, a lot of mechanical advantage. So a short lever, enough room here. Make your little cuts on the thing, on the wheels, so you can gain some traction. And those are my ideas so far.